It's Jaded Gamer here, and we're back again today with some more GT Sport for your delectation and delight. I hope you're all safe and well. The first race we're going to do today is the FIA Manufacturer Series, and that was at Dragon Trail Gardens 2, and obviously I'm racing for Toyota this season. I hope you're all looking after each other, and I hope you're all having a nice time. Really cold in Scotland at the moment, and yeah, we're still in a lockdown, or we're in another lockdown, but certainly things aren't normal at the moment anyway. GT Sports, again, it's been really good during the lockdown, during this last period. So in this race we qualified in 16th, which wasn't our best qualification, but it's quite a tough track to get. There's a lot of commitment on the rumble strips, and you have to get a car that suits your driving style. Yes, and it's pretty tough to piece together a good lap because there's so many different types of corners in the race. Not like the Nordschleife, which is a much smoother surface obviously. We've got a lot of work to do in this one. So we qualified 16th. We're using the GR Supra Racing Concept 2018, the Toyota. So that's our manufacturer for this season, Season 2. And this is round 6. And we had to use all 3 tyre compounds in this race, and it was a tough one. At this point we're still in the C lobbies. We're still using the Logitech G29 driving force steering wheel, wheel stand pro that supports the whole thing, and a comfy chair. And we're almost far enough down the grid to see me. A lot of nice cars, love the Aston Martin and the Gulf livery. There's me behind the Renault RS01. There we are. Finally. So I've got 10th on the door, which means I'm the 10th highest ranked player in the room. And we'll see some of these drivers making a cameo during this race. This was a tough one, but I was committed to do the whole season, so that's what we're going to do. And this was a rolling start. I'd already checked out that I didn't need to save fuel. And we've got 20 laps on this one, and it is a tough race. So we'll just have a look through the cockpit here, and there's the rear camera picking up the driver behind us, and off we go. And I didn't get a great start there. Obviously I've got the driver behind slipstreaming really closely. Excuse me, that was a mild hiccup. So we go into the first corner, lots of pressure from behind, someone braking really late there, and just trying to get it round in one piece without taking any prisoners. Lots of fighting behind us, and a penalty, 2 penalties, and that's this very complicated section. Even though it's just left-hander after left-hander, it's so hard to keep the car balanced. I'm trying to get through all the ghosts and dead bodies in front of me there. Loads of cars around us, and I get a penalty there. So I think someone hit me and went off the track. We're going nice and tight, and we really mess up the braking there. We don't make any contact with the skyline, and we've both got a penalty. Some penalties are bigger than others though. Right, so settling into the race. Here we are, we've got 3 cars in front of us. Some mistakes there. If you go too far on the rumble strips, you end up where that 14th place car is there. I managed to sneak through into 12th. Got a nice livery behind us. And the Skyline's still with us as well. He's being very robust. He's getting pushed off the circuit there, so that's just going to make him angry. And we've got the second penalty line there. So again, just trying to get the braking right. I get hit a couple of times coming around there. The amount of people that don't use the radar in this game. So he's hitting me a couple of times coming down the straight there, which is just ridiculous. It's not using his radar. I managed to cut on the inside. I get a 1 second penalty for my trouble. So again, penalty with someone else's contact really being the cause of it. And like I say, it is a strange track to drive. There is a lot of space, which can encourage a lot of late braking and lunges. Even if you're trying to be, you know, sort of, if you're just trying to have the race and not get into any trouble, there's still chances of someone's having a fight in front of you. And this is one of those circuits when there's loads of room to go on the inside. So the Skyline's back with us again. A lot of Skylines in this race. Obviously just a Nissan heavy lobby for this one. With 3 Italians in the top 3 slots. Now I totally overcooked that, mess it up, end up facing the wrong way, and really the wrong way, right into the barrier. So that cost me a hell of a lot of time. And that was my own fault, overcooked it coming out the corner. And it's only lap 2 of 20. So it's not a great start. There's still a long way to go. So, as seems to happen quite often, after a first or second lap mistake, off we go again. This is a tough circuit though. Dragon Trail, I mean, it's kind of well designed, but there's just there's something not quite right with the elevation changes and some of the cambers on it. I don't know if anyone would really design a track like that in real life. That's another victim that's headed up in the barrier there. And this is one of the circuits that I'm not too familiar with. I did do a bit of practice the day before and leading up to the race. So 19th, we have gone backwards, we're setting a new personal best. I think it's definitely just racecraft I have to work on when I'm surrounded by cars, and I think a lot of people are the same. You get a little bit flustered, you maybe make a mistake, or you turn too much, too little, brake too hard, or just make a mess of it. So anyway, that's a much better lap time of 1:37, and that's with the hard tyres. We qualified on the hard tyres, hence our position on the grid. But now we can see there's a group just ahead. I'm trying to take it from the point of view that I use to race. Now this is the cam I tend to use, which it's not even the bonnet cam, it's like the number plate cam. But that's the way I've always played Gran Turismo for 20 plus years. It's a nice wide angle view. And that was something else I was trying coming out of that corner as well, to start accelerating in second and then drop it down to first to get right to the top of the gear range before going back into second again. It just takes a split second, but it can make the difference going down that long straight. And a lot of sliding around there. I got a bit of fright on this corner before, so I'm determined not to get it again. And we've got someone in the pits already on lap 4 coming in for hard tyres. And coming out in front of me, and then shooting kind of across the track, seeing me at the last minute. So I did outbrake myself there, because I was trying to get past them before I put the brakes on. And I just kind of lost my braking point. So we'll chase the Beetle. The Beetle probably quite a good car on this track. So much potential to make mistakes on this particular left-hand combination. It's just mad. The curb's trying to unsettle you, but it is the fastest line, and the camber takes the track away from you. And 1:36 for our last fast lap. We've got a nice big group up ahead, but it does definitely mean that the first 4 cars, in fact you can see on the mini-map in the top right hand corner, the first 4 cars are miles away from me now. So it's just trying to make the best of a bad situation. The Beetle completely gets it wrong there, and I do my best not to. So I've got a nice big gap there if I don't make any mistakes, because he really messed that up badly. That's someone else in the pits for soft tyres, or soft onto mediums. He's going to come out just in front of me, I think. Oh no, I made it. It's so hard to get that consistent. And we'll see that corner again soon. So we'll change the view again. Back to the replay cam. So 17th. So from 16th to 20th back to 17th again. I mean, we're sitting in the top 10 at one point. I think I actually prefer this track the other way around. Again, dropping it to first and back into second again. Just leaving it in second gear for the pull off, just to keep that traction, not to wheel spin. So personal best again for the first sector. And that will be in the second sector probably. And there's still a couple of cars in front. And then those two go into the pits. So we come across the start finish line in 14th, then 15th. And we managed to not get too distracted there. And we keep it going in a straight line. And if you're enjoying the content, the racing, like and subscribe. We try and vary the content on the channel, but it'll be mostly GT Sport. And GT7 when that comes, and I get a PlayStation 5 eventually. Oh, a big mistake behind us, and I take a little bit too much off that rumble strip there. Still sitting in 15th, and there's one of our Skyline friends that was behind us earlier, until we made a massive mistake. The Supra looking great there. So another personal best to the second sector. Not the best cornering there. But off we go again towards the end of the lap. So lap 7 of 20. Still no need for me to change my tyres. We've got the hard compound on. There's minimal tyre wear on all 4 tyres. It is nice to look in your rear view mirror and see some of the penalty behind you. Not a half-second penalty, but a 2-second penalty is even better. Trying to get this section right every time we come round it, because you're on a knife edge. I'm trying not to go off there. The Aston Martin closing in a little bit now. Big braking zone now. Now he's going to have to slow down for 2 full seconds. We're still getting fastest sectors and fastest laps. This is one I'm slightly down on time on this one. The tyres are 8 laps old. We do gain a place there. Someone obviously made a mistake at some point. I think he may be... Yep, he's off into the pits. Again, it's a lovely double corner that at the end of the start-finish straight. When this track's in the reverse, it's actually a double left-hander to finish the end of the lap, where we sprint to the finish line, so that's pretty cool too. There's someone going off behind us again. Yellow flags being waved. So still sitting in 13th, and catching up with one of the Skylines, who looks as though he might have had a fight with the other Skyline in front of us. And I do use the PS4 to stream these, so unfortunately, like some of the other the Gran Turismo YouTubers, I can't sort of, it's not easy to edit together a highlight reel, because I just don't have the equipment. Just if you ever wondered why they're not edited with cool graphics and all that kind of stuff. So, sitting in 12th, lap 9 of 20. Still got over half a tank of fuel. A little bit of competition going on in front of me, so maybe there's another position to be made there. Coming into the braking zone, really hot. Overshooting it, maybe just a little bit. It did give me a really good angle on the exit, so we'll see how that turns out. I've got the Aston Martin behind me again, catching me. He's had a penalty and a couple of big accidents, and he's still behind me. I had to slow down a lot there because I overcooked it going into the first section of that. So he's right on my tail now. And then I just have to let him through because I overcooked it again, trying to carry too much speed through the corner. So just try and let him through without any fighting. And the cars behind me can't close the gap any further. Again, into first, up into second. Trying to stay with the Aston now. Upon reflection, probably could have come into the pits at the end of this lap, but I had the slipstream of the car in front. You know, I had 3 cars behind me and I wasn't ready to just lose 3 places again straight away. So just try and stick in the slipstream and let him drag us along the start-finish straight and maintain the gap to the cars behind. So that's the halfway point of the race. Going into lap 11, 13th place from 16th. We have had a couple of mistakes. And that wasn't a great exit, so I've kind of lost that gap that I hope to maintain from the cars behind me. I'm pretty sure they're all on fresher tyres than me now. And the amount he took out of that rumble strip there. And I just haven't quite explored the track limits on this track. Give me Imola any day. Bring that one back into GT Sport, or bring it into GT Sport, that would be great. So we're under a lot of pressure here. I'm just trying to do my best. Overcook it there, can't turn the car. Lose 2 places in 1 corner. I do have the slipstream of the purple Citroen. Aston Martin behind me with a very bright livery, he was all over the place there. So sitting in 15th, and we come into the pits. So we've got the Toyota lads again. And at this point, no fuel needed. We're more than halfway. We've got half a tank. Get the racing mediums on, and off we go. So we're in 17th of 19 now. 18th and 19th seem to be quite a ways behind me even. So the only way is forwards here. If you do play the game, you know yourself, once the hard tyres are out of the way and the car's a little bit lighter and you get a softer compound on, you really start to get a lot of grip. Sometimes you can overestimate that grip. Didn't really have time to get used to the balance of the car with the new tyres on it. I'd only practiced on the hard tyres and I qualified on the hard tyres. So just trying to push nice and hard, get the car rotated in those corners as quickly as possible and get it moving. My fastest lap at the moment is a 1:36.3, which isn't bad. So we'll chase down the skyline again. I think it'll be the 3rd time we're after the skyline. And he's carrying a half-second penalty, which is nice. I'm not sure why he ghosted there. I think he had a penalty to serve the half-second. Yeah, because there's 2 penalty lines. I forgot about that. So we have a little bit of an argument here, and I managed to keep it going and keep it in front. Just he is right behind me though. He pulls out to do the wee intimidating move. Really takes a chunk out of that rumble strip, and I have a massive crash. So I was totally unsettled by that. The way he tried to duck in on the inside, mega aggressive. Just past halfway point in the race, so not particularly pleased with that. Back down to 17th and I'll chase that idiot down. Unfortunately now I'm under pressure from Terence behind us in the... what is he driving? Oh, it's an RS01. So he was in front of us on the grid. He started in 15th. So we haven't had a chance to set a good time on the medium tyres yet. I'll call a forced error on my part. Under intense pressure. So here we go around the last corner onto the start-finish straight. Both the cars in front of me are in the pits. Now, unfortunately, he gets back out in front of me. So 16th, and this is a bad one. Straight into the wall. Absolute nightmare. So down at the 17th again. Luckily the gap behind isn't bad, but I'm definitely vulnerable. He's going to take seconds out of me coming down this straight here. Luckily through this complex I won't really lose anything here. And took a bit of a chunk out of that as well. And way too much off that one. So the driving got a little erratic. I only had one shot on this race. I had a few things to do that day, so I only had the one session, so the pressure was on a little bit, and that's probably why I had such bad lapses in concentration in the driving, getting too tense and not relaxing the flow of the track. And there is a flow to Dragon Trail Gardens, but I don't think it's on this way round. I think it's the other way around. So we've got cars going in and out of the pits in front of us again. Lap 14 out of 20. I'm onto the racing mediums. I've just done 4 laps on them. In fact, 3 laps on them. Going on to the 4th lap now. And this is this quest to maintain corner speed. We do it again. Trying to maximise my exit speed so much that we have the same crash again. Which is just horrendous, and I understand if you tune out, but we never give up here. Not a happy bunny at this point by any means. I've gone backwards 1 position now at this point. The gap to the cars in front is not looking good. Now I'm just thinking, how many laps do I do before I go in for my soft tyres? So it's probably a lap late putting the mediums on. I don't particularly want to be late putting on my soft tyres. Excuse me. So the gap to the car in front is pretty big at this point, so we'll skip forward 20 seconds. Come around the last corner, going down the start finish straight. We're still in 17th, nobody in the pits, so skip forward another 20 seconds. The gap in front is starting to shrink a little, so we'll go forward another 10, 20. Now we have gained a place. Someone dropped out the race, so we didn't gain it by skill. We've got yellow flags. So just got to keep it on the track. Again, we're sitting in the position that we actually qualified in now. The gap to the car in front is still pretty large. And if we go back on the start finish straight again. So really frustrating race, this one. And we just want to get into the pits again. We'll get the Toyota lads to give us a fresh set of softs. No fuel required at this point. So that's the whole race without actual fuel stop. And we come out in 16th out of 17. So it doesn't read very well. Luckily we've got a car just in front of us. Potentially having an issue, not sure. It is the Beetle that we have raced earlier. And he's definitely going a bit slow. He may have had to pause the game from the looks of it because he's ghosted. So we make it round past the Beetle. And the gap to the car in front is pretty large. But we're on a mission now. You can see that. We've got a little bit more confidence in the soft tyres. Dropping it to first again, second, and we'll just skip forward another 20 seconds. And we're coming to this mad chicane. Oh no, we're going to start finish straight, sorry. So we're still way behind the car in front. So we'll go forward a little bit. Again, another 10 seconds. So we're now at the 15th place. And we have lost another car. And we make another mistake, carrying too much speed into the corner and getting brushed off sideways into the grass. So 15th place, around the hairpin. We've still got a gap to the car in front, so we'll go forward another 20 seconds. On to lap 18, and to the end of lap 18. And we are catching the car in front now. We're sitting in 15th. And here we go, we've got someone just down the straight here. Go forward another 10 seconds. And we're definitely catching the car in front now. You can see he's only a turn away from us. I just want to get any position I can at this point in the race. After making multiple mistakes, unforced as well as forced, we end up one position above our finish, or above our qualifying position, which is really, really bad. The lobbies are tougher. This isn't a great combination for me. Well, the car's alright actually. He's made a huge mistake and we got into 14th, so there's one more place. And it looks like he's having a rough time getting restarted. So yeah, the Toyota's okay. It's the track, and in this direction. Can't be good at every track though, I suppose. So, 14th, going at the last lap. At Dragon Trail Gardens 2. Since the last time I'll have to do that corner in this race. And that's someone going to the pits on the last lap. We've just done our fastest lap of the race on the previous lap. We're sitting in 14th now. And we're faster again, and no mistake this time. We're really on it. Perhaps the strategy was not quite where it should have been for this one. Maybe there was potential for doing 2 stints on the soft and a shorter stint on the hard tyres. So personal best in the second sector as well, coming into the last part of the circuit. And we're just so almost in touching distance of the car in front, but he's going to have to make such a massive mistake. You can see 15th's been lapped, so he won't be finishing the race. So we come over the line unhappy, but in 9th. Again, people not obeying the tyre rules. So we've actually gone up 2 places, but it turned out after the penalties had been applied that I finished the race in 9th place. So I hope you enjoyed that. I got some decent points for that. And we'll be back soon for the next FIA GT Sport update. Stay safe everyone, look after each other, be excellent to each other. And the next one will be my first video of 2021. So see you soon everyone.